Hello, welcome to the channel. In this video, I'll be going over how I went from a 30 handicap to a 12 handicap. I'll go through my whole practice routine, so you'll see how I've improved over the last 2 years. First is a 60-degree wedge. I'm doing a forward swing with the feet close. This is my 20-yard shot. Please remember to subscribe and like this video. That helps the channel so much. Now to the 56-degree wedge. I got a fourth swing. Feet are close together and it's a 30-yard shot. And now I go half swing and it's a 40-yard shot. Now I'm going feet apart, doing a fourth swing, and it goes 50 yards for me. If you want to improve over time, you should get this 2025 golf planner. It has a calendar. It's available on Amazon. You could put in your tournaments, and every week you could track down your notes, and you could even track your scores of your rounds. It's the 2025 golf planner on Amazon. Check it out if you want to improve this year. So now I'm doing a 56-degree half swing with my feet apart. This is my 60-yard shot. And this is a 3/4 swing for a 70-yard shot. I need a variety of distances with my wedges to score well. My 56-degree wedge full swing goes 80 yards. I don't typically do a full swing with my wedges, but here it is, the full swing with the 56-degree wedge. I'm going to switch up clubs. I'll go to the pitching wedge now. And doing partial shots, we're doing a fourth swing. This is another option for my 75-yard shot. If I want a lower shot, I use this pitching wedge shot. My half swing with a pitching wedge goes 90 yards. So if I have a 90-yard shot, I'll go to this half swing here. My 3/4 pitching wedge swing goes 100 yards. Very important, this 100-yard shot, it's not a full wedge for me, and a 100-yard shot is very common when I play golf. Now the full swing pitching wedge, it goes 110 total, but the carry is 105. So if I want to go over a bunker or water and I need to clear it, it will go at least 105. That's very important. The 110 accounts for when it drops somewhere and it rolls out. All right, switching to the 9-iron. My 9-iron, it carries 115 yards. And it goes a total of 125 yards. The irons that I play are the Titleist T150s. And if you notice with my swing, my shoulders tend to be pretty open, which causes like a fade. I always need to watch out for that when I play golf to square up my shoulders. Moving on to the 8-iron. My full swing 8-iron carries 125 yards, and the total is 135. When I hit my irons and all my shots, I try to finish in a good balanced position. Next up is a 7-iron. It carries 135 and its total is 150. As you can see, my balance, I'm really trying to keep my balance and a photo finish there. That was a good shot there. And the tempo that I go for is like 1, 2, 3. So the backswing is 1, 2, and then 3 is the downswing and follow through. Here's my 6-iron, carries 145. The total is 150. One, two, three. That's a little rush, but that's what I go for in my head. 1, 2, 3. And balance finish. Here's my 5-iron. It carries 160 and it goes 175. Same tempo though. Let's count it here. 1, 2, 3. And balance finish. 1, 2, 3. And balance finish. Now moving on to my 4 hybrid. I think this is my favorite club. Full swing 165, total 185. As you can see there, my shoulders are pretty open and it's causing a fade there. 5 wood, carry 180, and total is 200. I use my 5 wood a lot when I'm playing a par 4 that's pretty narrow. If I just wanted to get it out there and play 200 yards, that's all I need, then I'll play this shot. The 5 wood is a great club. It goes very straight and it's pretty dependable that will go 200 yards. 3 wood, carry 190, total 220. Same tempo with all these clubs. 1, 2, 3. And finally, driver, full swing, carry is 210, total is 240 yards. Again, same tempo throughout all these clubs. 1, 2, 3. My swing here is not really coming from the inside that I want. It's coming more a little bit over the top, but it's good distance and a little fade, so it's workable. As I hit these shots, look at where my club enters on the downswing. We don't want the club to be over the shoulder when it comes down on the downswing. Now we're going to move on to chipping. Please subscribe and like if you haven't already. So happy you're here. I'm at the beautiful Bandon Dunes Resort. So practicing chipping, I'm hitting 2 balls each for each club. So right now I'm chipping with a pitching wedge. I'm trying to see which club is best here for this situation. Now I'm using a 56 degree. Just hitting it onto the green and down there. And the results are speaking for themselves, like which wedge is best here. So right now, it's hard to say what's better, the pitching wedge or the sand wedge, the 56 degree. So now I have a 60 out. You would think this would be the ideal choice because it's downhill, but it's just popping up and not getting much roll. So I would pick one more ball up and pick the club that I think will give me the best chance out of all the results. So right there I picked the pitching wedge, and it's good to just practice different wedges for the same situation to see which one you're comfortable with. Now I picked a different spot, and right now I got the pitching wedge. I know this needs to fly 1 part and roll 2 parts. So the pitching wedge is a pretty safe shot. It's lower and it will roll. And that's a good shot there. Now 2 balls for the sand wedge. I'm expecting this to fly 1 part and roll 1 part. So hit that pretty fat. You can see by that little divot there. So I put my weight more left and hit down on the ball. So right now I could tell the pitching wedge is winning right now. So now we got the 60 degree out. risky play for me. And it's because stuff like that, you could just blade it, because I'm trying to fly this a lot, and it's not really a safe shot for me. So definitely not the 60-degree wedge for this shot for me right here. So now I'm picking a club. Looks like the pitching wedge. Little bump and run. And just aimed left a little too much, but distance was pretty good. So whenever you're trying to improve in golf, you should try to plan out your rounds. The golf holes mapping journal is really good. You could sketch out each of your holes where you're going to play on each round. So that's very helpful. So now we're picking a different spot to chip from, top of the hill, downward. So got the pitching wedge out. Pretty good shot there. And another good shot with the pitching wedge. So I'm really trying to see if I could scramble from all these spots. So one chip and one putt. So now we got the 56-degree wedge. It's just a little too lofted, I think. And it's just going up too high. And now we'll pick the 60. And pretty good, almost made it. And bladed that again. So that's why they say with 60, use it only in emergency. So I think for my last ball, I picked a sand wedge there. And also just chipping, you know, there's a saying that if you could putt it, putt it. So here I'm testing out, should I putt it or chip it from this spot? I got 3 balls. I'm choosing to putt it here. Looks like a double breaker and in. Nice shot. So when you do this, you should calculate like an average distance of your chipping there. So that first chip was 5 feet from the hole. The second chip was 3 feet from the hole. And then one was in for 0 feet. So 8 divided by 3 is 3.7. So 3.7 feet on average using a putter to chip from here. Let's see if my wedge could beat that. And it looks like I'm using a sand wedge here. That was all right. Next shot. That's good, a little closer. And you can tell the ball is above my feet, so of course it's going to draw a little bit. So I got 6 feet there for the first ball. 3, 6, 7, 8. About 7, 8 for the next ball. Then we got 3, 6, 9, 10. 17, 23. 23 divided by 3 is about 7.6 feet. So we could see that the putting beat the chipper on that situation. So I would putt as much as I can around the green if I can. So now we're going to do some game situations. I threw some balls around the green. I'm going to try to chip and one putt this. This is my goal, or even chip it in. So let's say you missed the green on that. And chipped it on. And now this is for par. This is what I'm trying to do here, to scramble. And just missed it. At worst, 2 putting here, so that would be like a bogey. Here's the next chipping situation. And I could putt, so I elected to putt. It's about 5 feet away. And nice. That's a scramble. Good work. Now we have another situation on top of the hill. I'm electing to putt it, but it's not really a great choice because it went right down the ramp, down the green. But now I need to save par here. And it's in. It's a really good putt there. So that's how I practice chipping. Please subscribe and like if you found that helpful. Chipping, use a variety of wedges, and just really try to get up and down like you would in a real golf round. So now we're moving on to putting practice. First up is 3-foot putts. I think one of the worst things in golf is the gimmies, and saying anything at 3 feet or in is like good. These are not always so easy and good, especially if you're playing tournament play where you have to putt everything out. So I practice these a lot. My goal is to make 23-foot putts, and if I can do that, then the drill's over. By doing this, you could tell a lot of things, like where the break is coming from. In golf, we always talk about like what is the straight putt, where is the straight putt, and if you could identify the straight putt, you can tell which way a ball would break anywhere around the green. So it's good. So I did 20 of those. Now we're moving on to 6-footers. I'm just taking the tees and moving it back 1 putter length to give me 6-footers. And pulling the balls out. And here we go. I'm just shooting like 10 of these or 2 rounds of these, and my goal is not to 2-putt here. Of course I want to make it, but at worst 2-putting. And I'm doing well so far. And I made one. Nice, made another one. The rain's really coming down now, the hail. But we got to get our practice in. So second round here. Just missed it. And it's in. Nice, doing well here on this round. And at least I got it there, and comebacker for a par. All right, so now I'm moving on to 9-footers. Or I often do 10-footers too, so just a putter length with 1 more foot length. But here I'm just doing 9-footers. Again, I'm going to do 2 rounds of this around the pin. And no, at worst I want a 2-putt. No 3-putts from 10 feet in. See, that's a little dangerous. Left it short and 2-footer, but luckily I'm in. Oh, I thought I had that. Doing well so far. By doing this, you could also tell like which putts you like and which putts you don't like. I really don't like downhill putts. I'd rather putt uphill. Just a better chance for me. So going again. Nice. Bandon Dunes is located in southern Oregon in the United States. So many courses here. Great greens, huge greens, undulating greens. So yeah, that's that. Picking up the tees now. Now we're moving on to the ladder drill. pacing out 3 feet, so each step is 3 feet for me. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I can't stress how important this is, how important it was to my game. I'm not quite of a feel person. I'm more of a measurement person. So that's a 3-footer uphill. Now the 6-footer, I measure it so it's like halfway to my back foot. You can just look at the putter head and see how far it goes. The 9-footer is going to probably reach my right foot there. Just the front of it. And that just gives me just confidence on like the distance I'm hitting here. It's hard for me to feel oftentimes. So the 12-footer is more middle of my foot, middle of my back foot. But I'm uphill, so I probably need to get more than that. It's a 15-footer, like reaching the back part of my right foot. And everyone's different. It just depends how wide your stance is and all this stuff. But I just try to take it back and hit it back forward. This has eliminated a lot of my 3 putts from the past because I just know the distance of how far I need to bring the putter back and how far it will go on a putt. So now I'm doing the same thing but going downhill. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. And 18. So we'll start with the 3-footer. This is just a little tap because we're going downhill. Now a 6-footer would probably play like a 3-footer before. Again, just a little tap. 9-footer, probably play like a 6-footer. That's more flat. If it's extreme, like uphill or downhill, I probably add it plus or minus 3 feet or so. But I'm just not very good at downhill putts, especially like 30-foot downhill putts. I know I just struggle with that a lot. These are all great lag putts, and this will help you stop 3-putting. And now still above the hole, coming down. This is kind of tricky. And it's in. So now I'm going to do the same ladder drill, but I'm going to go sideways. In this case, I would have more of a left to right break, but the surface is pretty flat, so this should be like a pure measurement, just like I'm on a putting mat at home. So there's a 3-footer. The 6-footer is like halfway to my back foot. You can see it there, halfway, and boom. The 9-footer just reaches my back foot. Yep. Now the 12-footer goes middle of my back foot. The 15-footer kind of goes past middle of my back foot. And then the 18-footer kind of goes to the back of my back foot. So on and so forth. So 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 25. Playing 25-footers now. 28, 29, 30. 30-footer. And 35-footers. So we're going to hit 2 balls each from 25, 30, and 35. And just trying to lag putt these and trying to 2-putt. This is a very important drill, lag putting, because this is how you eliminate 3 putts. So I missed it. I would do it again. And I'm in this situation a lot, actually. I often like aim back of the green or middle and often end up way above the hole. So this is very important for me to practice. And really, I was talking about that golf planner earlier. You should really kind of keep track of your stats. And when you chip it, how far do you end up from the hole? Is it 15 feet, 10 feet, somewhere in there? If it is, then you should practice those distances when you putt. I'm doing like 25, 30, and 35 footers again, but this time uphill. But yeah, just measure like when you chip somewhere, how far are you from the hole, and then that's the range you should putt at. 25 footer is going to go past my back foot. And this is why I prefer uphill putts, because it's easier for me to control. It's just going uphill. Just have gravity to stop it a bit. Putting downhill, it just kind of gravity takes it way past the hole sometimes. Or if you're left above the hole still, it's a tricky 3-6 footer downhill. So this is why I rather chip and stay below the hole. Or have an approach shot and stay below the hole, because I know I can at least 2-putt these things. And another thing you should really keep track of in your notes, if you got that golf planner or something, when you hit your approach shots, like 100 yards out, 150, 200 yards out, like how far are you from the hole? Like, what's your proximity? Are you like 30 feet from the hole usually? Are you 25? Because once you know that kind of distance in that situation, you'll know exactly how to practice your putting and how you should practice your putting. That's how I am. I let stats dictate my game and my practice a lot. So now we're doing some game situation stuff. I just threw some balls out and just trying everything I practiced today. Lag putting and getting it as close as possible, or making it to 2-putt. I want to 2-putt all of these things right here. 3, 4 feet. I should really make these. There you go. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14 feet downhill. I'm thinking about like, how should I play this? It looks like I'm playing it as 10 feet. And we'll see if that's good or too little. And it's very interesting that I came up short there. Now you're left with this tricky downhill putt. And yeah, that's the trouble of doing that. So throwing the ball out there again. My big weakness is downhill putts for sure. It's hard for me to judge a lot, so let's see if I can get it this time. Pretty good leg putt. That's like 1, 2 feet. Hopefully easy to make, and it's in. That's good. Try this. 3, 6, 7 feet. 7 feet. I'm really looking to make this. This could be for like birdie or par here. And just missed it, but it's all right. So now this is a tough one. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27 feet. 27 feet uphill. Probably playing it like 30 because it's uphill. And that was a great shot. So that's putting, and I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed that and learned how I went from a 30 to 12 handicap. And if you're in that range, hopefully it helps your game. I'm sure you'll love this video where I play another 18 holes in a beautiful setting.